Hey guys, welcome to Shri Sisters. In today's video, we'll be seeing about the general characters of chordates. We'll see like the fundamental characters and the other important characters of chordates. So let's get started. First, I'll be telling about what are chordates. You might already know that, but I'll give a small brief about it so you'll get more clarity while I'm telling. So, chordate is nothing but it's a phylum. It's a phylum of the animal kingdom, and we human beings are also chordates. We come under chordates. So chordate is the word that is nothing but it refers to the rod-like structure called notochord. So chordate, it's like it represents the word like the notochord is represented by the word chordates. You could say like that. So notochord, if any animal has notochord, at least at one point of their life, like even though it doesn't persist like throughout their life, they are considered as chordates. And even though like these chordates don't have very like wide variety of species, they have very less species. Even though they are very less, they have very successful at like adapting terrestrial any environment throughout the world. And the chordates, like as I discussed before, if it has a notochord, even at some point of their life, they are considered as chordates. So this is the a basic thing about chordates. So let's get started with our general characters. So the animals that belong to phylum Chordata, they are characterized by the presence of notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, a pair of pharyngeal gill slits, and a post-anal tile. So these four things are very important for it to be considered as chordate. Like these four are very fundamental chordate characters. We'll be discussing that next. Notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, pharyngeal gill slits, and post-anal tails. And the general main characters are the chordates are bilaterally symmetrical, they are triploblastic, and they are coelomates. Triploblastic means they'll have three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm, and they are coelomates. They have we have discussed that in the previous video. If you want, do check it out. The link will be in the description. Coelom is nothing but a cavity, so the opening or a hole you could say. So they have that also, and they have organ system level of organization. Their organ system, they'll have all like we have different systems like respiratory, digestive. So all the chordates have organ system level of organization. And first let's start with the fundamental chordate characters. All the chordates will have four fundamental characters as you have seen before, which is notochord, dorsal nerve cord, pharyngeal slits, and post-anal tile. At least at one point in their life they will have these four characters, not like very simultaneously at the same time. It might or might not have like that, but at least at one point of their life all these four characters will be present. It may be different times or together at the same time, or it will persist throughout the life. It might be any kind, but they'll have at least in one point. So first let's see about the notochord. Notochord, the word derivation is nothing but noto means back and chorda means cord, and it is like derived from the word chorda dorsalis, and it's like dorsal means back and chorda means cord. You could remember like that. So notochord is nothing but it's a stiff and flexible rod. This is not or guys, this is off. There's some typing mistakes, please correct it. This is off. So what is this notochord consists of? So it is a stiff, it's a flexible rod. It is made up of mesodermal cells. So this notochord is lying ventral to the nerve cord and dorsal to the gut. Ventral to the nerve cord in the sense it's in front of the nerve cord, and it is backside to the gut. And it is made up of vacuolated cells. You already know this maybe. And it is surrounded by the sheath of connective tissue, fibrous connective tissue, and it is all, and the outer thin sheath of elastic connective tissue. Then that's why it's flexible. So it has fibrous connective tissue and an outer thin sheath, a very thin sheath of elastic connective tissue, and it will give support to the body and provide space for the attachment of muscles. So it will give like support to the body for something like a backbone you could say, and it will provide space for the attachment of the muscles, something like that. And next, the notochord, it will for some animals it will be throughout the life. In like lower chordates like branchiostoma, like it's part of cephalochordate. Chordate is again divided into three, and cyclostomes, and in some fishes it will be like for throughout the life it will be there. In vertebrates alone, it is also a division in chordates. In vertebrates, like we humans are also vertebrate, and like when we have grown up, it will be like when we are growing, it will be replaced by vertebral column. We don't have the notochord, right? We have vertebral column, we have the backbone, the vertebral column. So like when in our humans or vertebrates, you could say in common, it is replaced by vertebral column in the adult stage. And the protocots are chordates without backbone, and like vertebrates will be like in later stage will be replaced by a vertebral column, but in protochordates it won't be replaced. They will only have a notochord throughout their life, not the backbone. It won't get converted. And vertebrates are like a group of chordates with notochord at one stage of their life. Like we humans, we don't have a notochord now. We had it like when we were before young, in the embryonic stage. That's when we have it. So at least in one stage of the life we have. That's why they are the vertebrate groups. And all the vertebrates are chordates, but not all chordates are vertebrates, because in chordates they are protochordates, right? So not all chordates are vertebrates, but all vertebrates will come under chordates. And in adult mammal, like mammals means it's us, like all the mammals, the remnants of notochord, it will come in the between of intervertebral discs, and it is known as nuclei pulposi. Nuclei pulposi, and it is also like the singular form is nucleus pulposus. This is the plural form, nuclei. That's a spelling mistake, don't mind it. And in mammals, in the intervertebral disc, in between the vertebrates, in between the backside and the backbone, you could say, there are nuclei pulposus, which is also known as nuclei pulposi in the plural form. In the mammal. So this is the structure of the notochord. We have the vacuolated inner layer is vacuolated, and the fibrous middle sheath, see the sheath, and the outer layer is elastic. It's a thin elastic outer layer sheath. So this is the structure of the notochord. The next we'll be seeing about dorsal tubular nerve cord. The next fundamental character, like the four fundamental characters, this is the second one. And the dorsal tubular nerve cord. So the dorsal tubular nerve cord in chordate, it is single and it is dorsal to the gut. So there's only like it's single, like it's one, and it is like backside to the gut. It's backside to our gut, and it is derived from the ectoderm, from the neural ectoderm. It is tubular, in the sense like it will be in the form of tubes, you could say, and it is fluid filled. It's filled with fluid, and it is non-ganglionated, in the sense we could say it doesn't have ganglions. And in most species it differentiates when after it crosses the embryonic stage, it will go into the brain and the spinal cord that runs through the trunk and the tail. So the nerve system will be like from the brain to the tailbone of ours. For humans it will be there. For all other chordates also it will be the same. Like it will get differentiated into like from the brain to the spinal cord to the tail and the trunk. Until that it will grow after the embryonic stage. And the pharyngeal gill slits. The pharyngeal gill slits are the third fundamental character. They are like a series of slit-like passages leading from the pharynx to the exterior. Spelling mistake again. And the slits are filled with gill filaments that help in respiration. So the pharyngeal slits are nothing but like holes or something, like a slit, like some passages from the pharynx, in the sense from the pharynx is from the beginning to the exterior part, from the tail or post anus, you could say, if it's that. And the slits, they are filled with gill filaments, and they will help in the respiration for the organism. You could say ribs or something like that, but we don't have pharyngeal gill slits. Next, post-anal tail. The tail of chordates is the post-anal tail. Nothing but the tail. You all know what a tail is. And the tail doesn't have any coelom. It doesn't have any opening or any closing or any hole, you could say. And the tail will be flexible and muscular. These are the four fundamental characters. I'll show you in the picture. So here, can you find the four fundamental character, guys? So here, post anal tail, you could see it's like flexible part, it doesn't have opening or closing. Next, the next thing is pharyngeal gill slits. See, as you can see, like a passage opening, something like ribs. That is only called pharyngeal gill slits. They will help in for respiration, breathing for the organism. And dorsal hollow nerve cord, the nerve cord, it's extending, you could see, from the brain to the tail, the trunk or tail, you could say, it's extending. That is only dorsal nerve cord. And notochord, this is the notochord, like the stiff like structure, rod like structure, the notochord. So this is like the general representation picture for the chordates. I hope you understood the four fundamental characters. Now see the other important characters which you need to remember for chordates. Chordates, they are triploblastic coelomates. In the sense, they are triploblastic in the sense they have three primary germ layers, and they are coelom. They have coeloms, and they are bilaterally symmetrical animals. Like they can only be divided into two uniform pieces. You already know what's bilateral symmetry. And in chordates, metamerism is quite evident in early embryonic stages. In the sense, metamerism in the sense repetition of a pattern or organs, that is only called metamerism. In adults, we can see in the arrangement of trunk muscles, in the vertebrae, the spinal nerves, blood vessels, and ribs. Like it will be like same arrangement. For example, ribs will be like this. It will be like same metamerism. It will be repetitive. That is only called metamerism. So it will be in the adults. It will be visible in the trunk muscles and spinal nerve cord and etc. And the coelom is what type of coelom it is? It's enterocoelom. Enterocoelom is nothing but it's derived from the gut. That is only called enterocoelom. And the vascular system of chordate is closed type, except in urochordates. The urochordate is like exception. It's closed type in the sense it's closed. It has an organ. It will flow into the body. It's like very close type. It's closed type. And the blood is propelled by a distinct heart. So all the chordates have a heart that pumps the blood. It will be pumped by a heart. It has separate organ called heart for the function of pumping blood. And the heart of the chordates is ventral to the gut, and in the sense it's in the front to the gut. It's front side of the gut, and it's myogenic. It will rhythm. Like the heart rhythm will come from the muscle only. There's no separate organ for producing the heart sound which we hear from our body, from our heart. So it's myogenic. It will originate from the muscle. And the phosphogen in chordates is creatinine phosphate or phosphate creatinine. So the muscle phosphogen in the chordates, the phosphogen of the muscle is creatinine phosphate or phosphate creatinine. And in the non-chordate, this muscle phosphogen is arginine phosphate. That is for non-chordate. This is extra information, guys. And the chordates also share certain characters like syphilization, bilateral symmetry, and triploblastic conditions with non-chordate. Like these are like a bit similar. They are similar between chordates and non-chordates, but they are not fundamental characters, right? So we can exclude them. So syphilization and bilateral symmetry and triploblastic condition in non-chordates also it will be present. So this is what we discussed for this video. We have discussed the chordates, characters, the fundamental characters, and what is chordate. I have given a brief. Hope you guys understood. If you did, do like, comment and subscribe to Shri Sisters, and do share it with your friends, and check out my Instagram for detailed notes on the topics I make. The ID is at Shri__sisters. And if you have any doubts, do leave them down in the comment box below. I'll be sure to answer them. Thank you for watching. Bye.